This week we bring you one of their new acquisitions, a young stallion who fittingly showed his best form during the Brisbane Winter Carnival of 2010. Pressday.
Pressday is one horse that most Queenslanders will remember. He started his career in New South Wales but really shone after that 2010 winter.
Exactly. During that 2010 winter he won the Queensland Triple Crown, the Champagne, the Size Produce and the TJ Smith. So that's only just been recently done by Sizzling, and we know how popular Sizzling is.
He raced in the States last season and he's not long out of quarantine. How has he travelled back?
He's travelled back actually spectacularly well. As you can see, he's starting to let down into a lovely horse. He really defines what a two-year-old is and what we look for in Australia. He's such a masculine horse that is a little pocket rocket. You know, he's got muscle where most horses don't have muscle, and got plenty of strength, and you can see why he was so extremely fast. Just
touching on his two-year-old career, he seemed to step up in distance each start very easily, starting with the 1200 metres of the Champagne Stakes.
Like, he was a very mature two-year-old. Speaking to Nash Riller at our open day, he explained to a crowd we had here that when he first rode the horse, and which was up in Queensland in the first two-year-old race of the Triple Crown, he walked into the parade ring and he went to leg up onto his horse and he looked at other horses in there and he just knew he was going to win.
Levi's Choice on the outside and Jesse's Girl's bursting through. No room, Smoke and Joey, but Pressday's got to a narrow lead over Jesse's Girl. Starts to draw away close to home, Pressday, and Pressday beat Jesse's Girl.
His size win was impressive, but I guess the icing on the cake definitely was stretching out to the mile in the TJ Smith.
Exactly. TJ Smith was a Group 1, but I think the dominance of those wins is probably what people should take away from it. They were dominant performances. There was no horse finishing better than him in any of those races.
Mark, Pressday and Ringer Rosie are going up to American Crew and Adabisi near the fence, but it's Pressday on the outside taking the lead. It's Pressday. It's the big three at the carnival for Pressday. It beat Ringer Rosie.
Yeah, he gave them all a good start, and he's a very promising horse. It's quite exciting because obviously he's got some untapped ability, and to get this far it's quite amazing off just a 2-week break after a failed Golden Slipper prep where he simply wasn't mature enough. But now he's mature. He's right up there with the best.
He basically destroyed them, and he was a horse that I think dominant two-year-olds make stallions, and his dominance in those races should hold him in good stead.
Well, not always easy to carry that form on from your 2-year-old year to your 3-year-old year, but he certainly did do that, even going Melbourne way of going, and when he won the Sandown Guineas. Yeah,
Sandown Guineas at the end of his a troubled spring 3-year-old campaign was a horse that he had overcome adversity to get to where he was at that stage, and it was a very good win in the Sandown Guineas. It was a race that we stood up and took notice of him. Chris Waller had a massive opinion of him. You know, he honestly, before his well-documented problems as a 4-year-old, he honestly believed he was a Cox Plate horse. He was such a fast 2-year-old and had such an electric turn of foot that most people's perception is that he was an out-and-out sprinter.
His sire Doomsday has been a real find. Is he the first son of Doomsday to retire to stud?
First son of Doomsday to retire to stud. Doomsday's covered not massive books, and his statistics are phenomenal with still not even 100 runners in Australia. So to sire 2 Group 1 winners and horses the quality of Pressday, Dr. Doom, he's been very well supported. He's covered very, very big books down in Victoria at Darley, and so the rise of Doomsday and his dominance of what he's been able to do so far should really shine, and hopefully will help Pressday the way he's perceived publicly.
His broodmare sire, Captive Edition, was a Queensland stud stalwart for many years.
Yeah, he's done Captive Edition. Consistently pumps out so many decent horses on so many levels, and been such from that Sir Tristram line, and we know how much influence that's had in Australia at the moment. I think it's another asset for Pressday.
Interestingly, if we go further back, this is a different branch of the family that gave us Dan Silly and your own Victorian stallion Sharkbite.
Exactly, it's a great family, family that we're very familiar with, and Dan Silly, or Han Silly, the dam of Dan Silly is probably described by some people as the broodmare of the millennium. Pressday, being from the same family, being a Group 1 winner, really is something that pedigree buffs should get carried away with. Anybody that looks into the deeds of what Red Ransom done, and now to what sort of patterns that Doomsday's really sort of pushing towards, will see that he suits such a wide range of mares, and he's got such a nice pedigree with such nice aspects to it. I think he's going to suit a wide range of mares.
Do Queenslanders that have seen him remember him fondly?
I think so. He's been very well supported. We were very conscious when we came up here to stand horses at a price that breeders can make money again, and I think to be able to access Group 1, a Group 1 winner, a Triple Crown winner, a very precocious 2-year-old at the price of 9+ GST, he's been very well supported. Without Queensland, how could you not stand up and take notice of a horse that is accessible at that price with his career, with the career that he spanned up here, but not only, but also in New South Wales and also in Victoria. So yes, he has been very well supported. But we also have breeders coming up from Victoria and New South Wales for him. So yeah, he's going to cover a very good book and be given every chance.
Let's hope Pressday can make a lasting impression in the Queensland breeding industry. His best racing efforts were certainly in the Sunshine State. Pressday's fee for this season is $9,900. Keep watching Bred to Win. After the break, we reflect on a record-breaking season for champion sire Fastnet Rock.